You can hear me okay, Cassie?
Yes. Yep. All right. Welcome, everybody. I am super, super excited to have everyone on this Wednesday night. You guys are in for a treat. Preston Pugmire is somebody that I've heard a lot of buzz about for a long time. And I've heard just how some of the top leaders in the company were talking about how that he really helped them develop the mindset that took them to the next level in their business, in their personal lives. And I knew that I needed that very much in my own business, my own life. And so I have sat in on a few of his last calls, and I have jumped into his May Jumpstart that he's going to talk about and share about later on. But I really wanted him to come and really kind of work through some things with us tonight, just about our mindset, about where we are, and about how we can move to the next level and break through. So thank you, Preston, for jumping on with us.
Of course. I am so excited to be here. It's a really cool, Kyle and Cassie reached out to me, and I was honored to be able to come into your team that is blowing up. I mean, I've seen what you guys have been doing, man. It's really, really cool. My name is Preston Pugmire. I am a podcaster, a mindset coach, a soul connector. I love just talking to people, man, about what's going on for them. I'm a speaker, and I love doing this work. I run a podcast called Next Level Life. If you're interested in podcasts, then go listen to that if this stuff resonates with you. But this is the thing. My entire thing is based around peace in your heart and money in your bank, in that order. I want you to have that peace first, because if you think that you're going to have that joy, have that peace, have that security, have whatever emotion you think you're going to have after you get the money, as an entrepreneur, dude, I know what that feels like to think that that's going to come after you get the money. And I'll tell you this, that's not what gives it to you, because you get to realize that you are in control of your emotions, you are in control of your thoughts, you are in control of your beliefs, instead of an external circumstance dictating those. An external circumstance like having money. That's why it's peace in your heart, money in your bank, in that order. Everything that we talk about getting to that point is based around 3 words: mindset before strategy. You got to have your mindset right. Now, mindset is a buzzword that everybody loves to throw around, especially in my industry, in the personal development world. Mindset, what does it mean? Simplify everything for you. Mindset is 2 things. It's what you think, and it's what you believe. That's it. It's not that big of a deal. Mindset is not good or bad. Mindset is like an attitude. Attitude isn't good or bad. You can have a positive attitude. You can have a negative attitude. You can have a great mindset. You can have a limiting mindset. But when you get your mindset right, then you can implement the strategy. Then you can take the steps with a different approach, with just different energy. So this is what I'm going to do for you. We're going to draw this out. You guys can see this here. This is what I call the tree of belief. Right here. Here's your tree. Boom. This is the ground. And then here are the roots. In our lives, there's a glare on it. Let me get that off there for you. You guys can still see that? We're good? Okay. In our lives, when we want success, we think about results. We think about the outcome. We think about, okay, the success that I want is, this dream body. I want to lose this much weight, or I want to make this much money. It's that specific outcome. Or I want to rank up. I want to have that specific rank. Or I want to have this specific type of relationship, really connected relationship. These are the results. Now, the fruits right here in this tree, the fruits are going to represent results. Very important, but it's not the first step. In fact, you can't even really totally control the results in your life. You can't really control. There are a lot of things you can control. There are some results you totally can. Not everything. And so we're not going to focus on that because you can't focus on what you can't control. You shouldn't focus on what you can't control. So what do people do? They say, okay, what do I need to do? What are the steps? Give me the secret. Tell me what to do to achieve those results. Give me the five secret hacks. We always want these hacks. We always want these steps. We want Cassie to tell us what are the specific things we need to do. How come Cassie hasn't told you the secret? Why are you holding out? Why have you not told them the specific steps in order that they need to do to rank up, right? She already has. But this is the thing. The trunk is going to represent our actions right here that we talked about. Your actions, the things that you are doing, they are important. However, it's not the most important thing to focus on first, because the trunk is not necessarily what determines the results. You know where we're going with this, right? Below ground, your subconscious, the things that you cannot see, because actions we can point to, results we can point to, they're concrete, we can see them. You can't see the roots of the tree, but the roots determine the size, the strength, the type. I mean, like, think about when a tree grows. It grows its seeds. It grows roots down first to anchor it. Then it sprouts upward. In the same way, we got to focus on this first. This is going to be our beliefs. Why is beliefs the most important thing to focus on? Because our beliefs determine, influence, inform, and impact our actions, which then yield our results. A really poignant example, and a good example of this, is specifically in Plexus. Did you guys, you don't need me to tell you to do IPAs. You don't need me to tell you that. You don't need Cassie to tell you that. You think that I need to tell you to go live on your Facebook page? No, like, I don't need to tell you to do that. You already know that. That's an action. So if you're not doing that, why? My guess is it's because you have this idea that you don't have, who am I to add value? Like, nobody's going to watch this. What if nobody watches it? Then I'll feel bad. I don't know if I have anything to say. I don't know if I did it once, people will expect it again, and then I'll run out of things to say. I don't know if I have the right lighting or the right equipment. I don't know if I'm pretty enough. I don't know, all the blah, 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 all this stuff, all these beliefs. And if you have these beliefs that you're not enough, or you don't know enough, or you don't have value to add, or what if somebody says no, or all these different things, then guess what's going to happen? Or guess what's not going to happen? Your actions or your inactions, and inaction is still an action, that's going to be the thing that's going to stem from your beliefs. And that's why we focus on beliefs first. Is the whole thing, mindset before strategy. I see a lot, because of my world and the things that I do on Instagram and people I follow on Instagram and Facebook and stuff, I see a ton of ads. And there's nothing wrong with these. I just see them all the time. I'm probably going to create one too. But it's like the 5 steps to 6 figures, right? Or like the 3 things that you need to do to have a successful coaching business, or these different types of things. And they're valuable. They totally are. Because it's difficult to put up an ad that says, change your limiting beliefs and completely shift your identity about how you show up in the world as an entrepreneur. Like, that's not a compelling ad, but that's all that stuff that's on stuff is focused on actions. It's like these 5 tips, 5 tricks, 5 strategies, 5 like these PDFs we download. The thing that's more important than that, and the thing that we can talk about on like an actual training, an actual Zoom call, is your beliefs. Is this resonating with you guys? You guys see where we're at? This is the foundation, okay? So we're going to take that, And I'll share my screen here. Let me pop in the chat. Maya, childhood formed beliefs become subconscious actions. Yes. Yes. In a nutshell, when do we have these things that we decide as kids, and then we just don't update the software? Okay. I mean, think about this. How many of you guys have an iPhone, right? What if you didn't update the software on this phone for 2 years? Would the phone work? Not really well. It would be glitchy. It would be slow. It would be all these different things. You have to update the software on your phone, just like you have to update the software in your brain. You have to update your mindset. There are so many things that all of us are walking around with that are just apps that we downloaded into our brain when we were kids. I'll give you a really, really specific example. I wasn't planning on talking about this, but Maya put that up there. I love where she's going with this. When I was a kid, when I was 8 years old, my parents split and took, family separated, and it just like changed, obviously, the course of my life. As an 8-year-old, I didn't understand it. I didn't get the complex nuances of adult relationships. I didn't understand the things that happen in life and work and emotions and stuff like that. And so as an 8-year-old, what did I decide? The only way I could make sense of it was to decide that I wasn't worthy of love. What a weird thing, right? Now, I didn't realize this until 20 years later, after I was already married. I was like 27, 28 years old. And I realized, oh my gosh, I am making decisions based on this old belief that I'm not worthy of love. Now, that sounds really aggressive to say, but I had never articulated it. I had never really understood that. But it really shifted me. And so, and people deal with things in different ways. I mean, people make decisions about them because of abuse, or make the decisions about them because of somebody didn't invite them to a birthday party when they were a kid. I mean, it's like these weird things, right? For me, that's what I decided. And then when I realized, oh, this is my belief that I've been operating with, and this is the way that it has impacted and influenced my energy, my emotions, my thoughts, my actions in a subconscious way that I didn't even realize. Oh man, when I realized that, I mean, everything changed. My relationships changed. My business changed. My actions changed. The things that I was doing changed because it changed my mindset. And who we got here? Jim and Penny. Yeah, isn't that the way kids think? Yeah, it is. And yeah, sorry, thanks, man. Like, it happens, dude. Totally happens. Now, the way that I talk about this now is different. This is an interesting Zoom, guys. So I didn't intend on getting into this, but there's somebody here that needs to hear this, okay? Making a decision about yourself like I did is not bad. If I judge myself for that decision that I made, then I'm stuck. I'm just stuck in that decision because I'm holding myself down. There's a big layer of judgment, and then I'm just chilling in it. But for you, every single person in here, you're making some decisions about yourself that now you're carrying into your adulthood. Don't judge yourself for it. I mean this. I genuinely mean this. Who here has seen Marie Kondo's Tidying Up on Netflix? If you haven't, go watch it. There's something beautiful that she does, and it relates to what I'm about to kind of talking about with this old limiting belief stuff. She tells people to, you hold the shirt or the pants or the whatever the item, and you decide if it sparks joy. And then you say, if it does not, then you say, thank you. And then you put it in the donate bin. This is what we get to do to our old limiting beliefs and our old mindsets. If you pretend that they only brought you pain, then you are not aware of why you made that decision in the first place. Because for me as an 8-year-old, I decided that, and it made sense to me as a kid. It was a wise decision, as crazy as that sounds. The reason it was a wise decision is because it allowed me to make sense of the situation. It allowed me to take some control over the situation, even though I couldn't articulate it as a child. And now when I look back at that, I can honestly say thank you to that 8-year-old version of myself. I can say thank you for making that decision, because it served me at that time and it no longer does. And so I can choose to release it and put it into the donate bin with gratitude rather than judgment, rather than frustration. So whoever this is that needs to hear this, you're okay. You don't need to judge yourself for those decisions that you made, but you do need to let them go. You need to update the software because it no longer serves you. And this is why mindset is more important than strategy. Because I don't need to tell you to do your IPAs, but we can create a specific set of circumstances and acquire tools to be able to process emotions and thoughts in a healthy, emotionally mature way, so that we can go do a freaking Facebook Live, guys. Like, this is the thing. Maya says, I've been discovered my barrier in making more money is based on the belief that I won't be good with the money. Dude, love this awareness. I saw my parents spend money when I was a child like it didn't matter, like it wouldn't run out. And my guess is the result of that in your life was not that great. And so you made a decision that when I have a bunch of money, it'll end up meaning that I will be careless with it, or I will make unwise decisions with it. And so your brain says, whoa, dude, Maya, you better not make any money, or else you're going to screw it up. And then you don't do the things that are going to make you the money. If you feel weight around success, feel pressure around ranking up, like, okay, really good example. If you feel like you're not good, a good leader at Ruby, do you think you're going to feel like a good leader at Emerald? It's just more people to not lead well, right? Like, this is how our brain works. And our brain is trying to protect us, you guys. Oh my gosh, this is the thing. It is trying to protect us. I have a 2-year-old daughter, and last summer, she was brand new too, and brand new 2-year-old, and she said she was terrified of the lawnmower. I would go and mow the lawn, and she would just be like so terrified for me because it's this loud machine that I get on, and she doesn't understand that I'm controlling it, but she thinks that I sit on it and it just takes me all over, and it's just like this loud noise. And so I would get off the lawnmower, and she would, this one time specifically, I got off the lawnmower, came, and she was on the front porch, and she was like nervous and scared for me. And she looked at me, and guys, she looked at me and she went like this. I'm not exaggerating. She goes, "Don't mow the lawn, Dad." And I was like, oh my gosh, baby girl. Like, I have never loved you more than right now. Like, she wanted to protect me. She did. And in her mind, she thought that me not mowing the lawn would be a protection. And so she felt for me. Just, don't mow the lawn, Dad. And in her mind, she's thinking, that's dangerous. Stay away from that. because this is going to be the outcome of it. She's not articulating it, obviously. But this is what our brain and our ego does, is it says, Maya, don't make more money. It says to somebody else, don't rank up, because you'll feel, it's trying to protect us, guys. It's trying to protect us from feeling like a failure, from feeling like we're not good enough, from feeling like we can't, like we're not loved. It's protecting us from rejection. And that's why I call the ego and the brain, I call it the adorable security guard. It's adorable, like my little baby girl. She's so adorable. It really, really, like this is the thing, is it's genuinely trying to protect you. And if you judge it, if I would have said to my baby girl, if I would have said to her, are you kidding me? The lawnmower is totally safe. You want me to not mow the lawn so our lawn looks bad and then other people are going to judge us because our lawn is worse than that person's and that person's? Like, that's absurd for me to say that to a 2-year-old girl. But how often do we do this to our brain, to our ego? We say, are you kidding me? Like, you're trying to protect me from this, from having money? I stop doing that. And then you judge it and you shame it and you do all these things. No, it's an adorable security guard and it wants to protect us. Just recognize that you have simply misunderstood what protection means. And that's okay. But shift that belief. So that was a long, long tangent that I genuinely feel needed to be taken. But let's get back to what I was talking about, mindset before strategy, man. Like, you have your beliefs, which are influencing your actions. We freaking got into it, man. That was great. That was fun. This is a good group. I don't even know what, I mean, like, I got some good comments here. I got my comments over here. Okay, let's do this. I'll show you this. We got this tree. Now it's right here. Okay. The tree represents, what we were talking about earlier. So everything above ground is going to be representing our strategy. It's going to be representing the steps, the results, the how, the all this stuff like that. And then below, it's going to be the mindset. Because our mindset is just what we think and believe. Now, check this out. A belief is just a thought that you keep thinking. That's all it is. So if you change your thoughts, you can actually change your beliefs. Just stop thinking it. I know it's really, really easier said than done, but there is a process to it. So now, what I want you guys to do is I want you to, in the chat, we got a bunch of chatty Cathys in here, and I love it. I want you to think about your number one goal. We got 100 people in here. I want 100 people to write down what their number one goal is right now. It could be, okay, boom, Christina, gold by convention. That's freaking great because you are clear about your specific outcome and a specific timeline. Awesome. Now, you can put it in there. Is it you want to lose weight? You want to lose this many pounds? You want to make this much money? You want to be this rank? You want to buy this car? You want to, like, whatever it is. You want to meditate every single day for 30 days in a row. Like, what is your goal, right? What is your goal? Everybody, think about what it is. It can be in any area of your life. We are now viewing Jeff's iPad screen. Cassie, you could probably shut that down. Stop sharing that. But let's go to, okay, see some of these things. I want everybody to put one in there. Financial freedom. Jennifer, what does financial freedom mean? Because some people have different definitions of what that. I want you to get clearer, put in there about what that means and what that looks like for you. Earn my convention costs. Shannon, same thing that I said to Jennifer. Financial freedom. Senior gold by the end of June. Emerald, ruby, emerald. Pay off my credit cards. Love it, Colleen. Make enough to pay bills. Note. Money for, okay, cool. That's Kathleen. We got kids. Oh, for my grandkids. Okay, I understand, Kathleen. get myself to a healthy state, both mentally and physically. What would that look like, Alicia? Get a little bit more clearer about what that would look like for you. Become gold by end of May. I'm just going through these. Help 2,000 people by December 31st. Help them do what, Maya? Are you talking about like enrolling them as ambassadors? Or what does that mean? Go gold this month. Keep reaching out. Go silver every month. Ruby, perfect. Cover convention costs. Allow my daughter to pick her college, not based on cost. That's great. I like that, Jennifer. Cool. We have credit cards. Be a millionaire by 40. Cindy. Great, great, great. Lose 15 pounds by convention. Go, man. Kristen. Love it. Okay, so you see how these are very, very clear, specific goals, and the ones that aren't, like, I'm trying to guide you a little bit. Alicia, lose weight and feel better with myself so that I can be able to help others get there too. Love it. How much weight do you want to lose? And what would be a specific thing that would allow you to feel, or what would be an indication that you feel better about yourself? Think about this. What would be an indication that I feel better about myself? Because I'll tell you this, and I understand the dynamics of a guy telling a girl about this, but I'll say this. One of my really good friends, her name is Liz. She runs a fitness mindset coaching, just like a thing for women, and she's awesome. And her whole tagline is, if you don't love yourself at a size 12, you won't love yourself at a size 2. And it goes all across the board. If you don't love yourself at 50,000 a year, you won't love yourself at 200,000 a year. You just won't. If you don't love yourself at Ruby, you won't love yourself at Sapphire. Like it's just all these different things. And okay, so just get clear about that. Love that. Boom, boom, boom. Like, love this. You guys have some great, great goals, and you're really clear on them. It's good. And I love the interaction that you guys have. Thank you for doing this. Now, I'm going to talk to you about, we go mindset before strategy, right? So let's talk about the stages of mindset, okay? These are the stages of mindset. Now, as I go through these, I want you to think about the goal that you just put down, whether it's pay for credit cards, be a millionaire, lose 30 pounds, be emerald, whatever it is. I got hiccups. I'm going to take a drink of water. Think about your goals. And then, as we go through these, just take inventory with no judgment, you guys. Judgment is not useful in this moment. Not useful. Awareness, reality, facts. Okay, we're just going with that. Take a look at where you're at, and then we're going to talk about it later. So, stages of mindset. First stage of mindset. It's possible for someone else. Think about your goal, okay? You've seen other people lose weight. You've seen other people rank up. And if you are stuck in this idea of, man, this goal, it is possible for someone else, then you're stuck because you are deciding that they have a certain set of characteristics or traits or circumstances or parents or their town or whatever that you don't have. And if you are justifying and discounting their success because they have that and you don't, then you are also deciding that you will never have it. Because in order to get successful, you have to have that. And since you don't, it lets you off the hook. Now, I spent a lot of time here, guys. I wanted to be a coach. I wanted to be a podcaster. I wanted to be all these different things. And and so I would listen to podcasts. And I would watch TED Talks. And I would listen to influencers and all this different stuff. And I would just think, oh, man, what would it be like? What would it be like to be one of those people who it's possible for? And that would be the end. Because I would just sit there and be like, oh, man, too bad that I'm not that and that's not possible for me. And don't judge yourself if you're here. But just recognize that you're not going to be able to accomplish your goals if it's only possible for someone else. Now, for me, I talk about my daughter a lot on this call, but right after she was born, a little over 2 years ago, I was in a different space, man. I really was in a different place. I was in this place of it's possible for someone else. That's it. And the thing that changed my energy and changed my attitude was that my wife came home with actual tears in her eyes. And it's because we couldn't afford groceries. We just couldn't. And it was terrifying. And it was embarrassing. And I looked at her, she was crying, and I'm like, man, something has to change. Now, for you, you don't have to hit rock bottom in order to jolt yourself into this second stage like it did for me. You don't have to hit that, but you do have to change your thoughts. You do have to stop deciding that it's only possible for somebody else. You just have to decide to stop that. Because for me, when I saw that happen, it went from it's possible for someone else to it's possible for me, but how? How? And do you see how we're still focused on the steps and the strategy in this this stage? Now, it is a step in the right direction. It's great. But I'm still focused on something external, something outside of myself. Okay, now it's possible for me. How? How do I do this? Now, the problem with this is that not if, when you hit a roadblock. If you decide that the how is the way, then when you hit the roadblock, you're going to be like, oh, this must be the wrong how. Great. Now there's another thing I'm not good at. Or you're just going to stop because you're like, I put all my faith in the how and the strategy and the steps, and then it didn't get me there. What the heck? You see how this is all of it is focused on something outside of yourself. Now, I don't know, did I talk about my podcast? I think I mentioned it. I've done a lot of these trainings. This one is different than every other one I've done, guys. And you don't know what the other ones are like because you weren't there. But this one is very different. But I have a podcast called Next Level Life. It's really, really awesome. And when I launched it, it debuted on launch day, debuted on iTunes at #1 in the whole world in my category, personal development. And it was amazing. I did a lot of mindset work and a lot of strategy work to get to that point. And it allowed me this story, like this really, really seals it for me, because I was shortly thereafter, I was emceeing this big event, and I was saying, we were doing. They introduced me. We did a rehearsal, and they introduced me, and they talked about my bio, and they said, Preston launched this #1 podcast, all this stuff, and then after rehearsal, this guy came up to me, and he said, you really did that? You really launched a podcast? I'm interested in podcasting. How did you do that? And so I decided to take his temperature and see where he was at mindset-wise, and I said, if I told you all the steps right now, if I just told you everything about what I did, do you think that you could launch a #1 podcast? And he said, oh, me? No, probably not. And so in the kindest way possible, I said, if you don't believe that you can, then the steps don't matter. And to his credit, he said, yeah, I guess you're right. And then he walked away. But this is it. If you do not believe in yourself, then the steps don't matter. And then if you decide that you do believe in yourself, but you're still focused on the steps being the only thing that matters, then you're also going to get stuck. And that's okay. Don't judge yourself. Maya, I'm not sure what that, are you saying owie? Is that owie for you or owie for that guy? Okay, so now we're here. We're here and it's possible for me, but how? We're still focused on everything else. So I got jolted into stage 2, and then through a series of many events and a bunch of stuff, I actually made it to step 3. And this is where the magic happens, because you can go from it's possible for me, but how, to it's inevitable for me. Now, let's go find the steps. Because now you're here, you're saying, dude, it's inevitable. So when I hit a roadblock, I simply find another set of steps, find another how, or I push through it, because my commitment is more powerful than my excuses. If you have, like, say you have levels, like there's these ladders right here. There's 10 steps on this one, 10 steps on this one. This one represents your excuses. This one represents your commitment. If you have a level 7 excuse and a level 6 commitment, you're not going to accomplish anything, because you're going to just be like, oh, my excuse. Well, I got, the kids have this thing, and my town and my husband, like, this is like Facebook algorithm and all this stuff, right? But if your commitment is at a level 10, then what happens when you have a level 7 or a level 8 excuse? Doesn't matter. You're going to find another way to do it. Okay? Ame, hey, you're in the groove. Hey, you're in the groove. It's great. Preach. I will preach, Ame. Okay. So it's inevitable for me. Now, let's go find the steps. So I want you to take inventory. I want you to take a second, think about that goal that you just put in the chat, and I want you to be honest with yourself. Now, dude, there's no 2.5 here. Inevitably, there's going to be somebody that says 2.5. So it happens every time. Not a thing. I want you to really be honest. Do not judge yourself about it. That goal that you wrote down earlier, I want you to write down a 1, a 2, or a 3. That's it. Boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, or 3. About where you are. Which stage of mindset are you at with that specific goal that you put earlier? Let's look at this chat here. We got some coming in. I want everybody to do it. Okay. We got 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Ooh, bunch of 3s. Guys, crushing it here. Lots of 3s. We got a 1. We got an honest person there. Thank you. Thank you for your honesty. Some more 2s. Some more 2s. Boom, boom, boom. Let's have them come in. Dun, 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 boom. 2s, 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 2s. Yeah. Maybe 1. Okay. Love that honesty. Don't freaking judge yourself on this, guys. Okay. Because everybody has been at every one of these stages at some point in their life for some of their goals. It's just what it is, man. It's just identifying where they are. Okay. This is beautiful. Beautiful awareness, beautiful honesty. We got a lot of people who are at 3s, man. It's great. It's great. And if you're at 2s, also great. And if you're at 1, great. Because it's awareness. Cool. I got to tell you, this is the first group. Cassie, I mean this. This is a different training, man. This is the very first group that I've done. I've done a bunch. This is the very first one where not a single person has put 2.5. It's the very first one. Now somebody's going to troll me right now, put 2.5. Okay, so this is what I want you guys to realize. Wherever you're at, oh, Kelly, I say that in every training, and somebody still does it, okay? So that's why it's funny to me. Okay, so we go to here. Where do we go from here, guys? Where do we go? Because now if you're in this stage of mindset about it's inevitable, now let's go find the steps. What do? So I want to hear from somebody. Let me pull this chat up again. Jennifer, yes, really. That is really what happens. It is very funny to me, actually, every single time. So this is what I want you guys to do. Let's hear from somebody. Let's hear from somebody who's at a 2. Who is open to this? Somebody that who's open. Just go ahead and say, type in me if you're open to talking to me. We're just going to get this. First person is Jennifer, says sure. Jennifer, go ahead and unmute yourself.
All right.
Jennifer. All right, let's do this. What's going on for you right now?
What's going on? Just normal life? What you want to know? No. So you asked me why I put a 2 for my goal, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, how about we start there? It's late here. I'm on the East Coast.
Welcome.
Yes.
You put it.
So I'm actually the person too that put on there that I would love to be able for my daughter to choose her college, not based
Okay.
on but where she wants to go. So,
All right. So let's explore that for just a second. Why do you want her to be able to choose her college?
Because I don't want to limit her dreams because I'm not able to provide that.
If her dreams were limited because of you, what would you feel?
That I didn't do my job to provide as a mom for her.
And if you didn't do your job, what emotion might you feel?
I do not like to disappoint anyone.
So
So
if you disappoint somebody, what does that mean about you?
that, well, I'm a people pleaser by nature, so it it affects, a lot of my decisions. I just don't want to, like, the worst thing my parents could ever say to me, is I'm disappointed in you, because I want to feel like I've helped people, I've done the right thing.
I want you to take a breath. I want you to take a breath right now. I'm serious. Let's clear this energy for a second. Because you said something that I think is really that it does shape a lot of your life, and it's going to shape a lot of your parenting, and it's going to cause a lot of personal resentment toward yourself. And it's this sentence: I'm a people pleaser by nature. Because when you say that, you say it's like it's just a fact. You're like, oh, my hair is this color, and I'm wearing a purple shirt, and I'm a people pleaser, and I live in the East Coast, and I'm just a bunch of facts, as though you have no control over that. And so my challenge to you is to just explore what it would feel like to not be a people pleaser. Because you do benefit from it. Tell me, what are the payoffs and what are the benefits? Because it's not nothing.
Oh, the benefit of being a people pleaser?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I'm very intuitive and I can sense what people do need and, can help. I'm aware of my surroundings. So I do feel like I can help people because I sense that.
Good. What are the prices that you pay in your life? What are the negative consequences that you experience for feeling like you need to please everybody?
I can't. That's one.
Did you guys hear that? That is the truest thing of all that you've said so far. You can't. And if you feel the need to please everybody, and then it's coupled with this foundation of, but I can't, then what happens?
Well, sometimes I have to deal with it, and then sometimes I try too hard. But I mean, I keep trying. Like it's gonna, I ignore the fact that I can't. But I mean, there's gonna be times that I'm in a situation where whatever decision I make is going to disappoint somebody. So
Exactly.
So I have to choose then which one do I want to disappoint more.
That is an interesting belief. I know that this is not ruining your life. Like, you're not broken. You don't need to be fixed, but we are talking about it, right? Because it is creating situations in your personal heart that are less than ideal. Would that be accurate?
Oh, sure. Yes.
Yeah. So this is what I want you to do, is realize that your desire to put your daughter through college is wrapped up in this people-pleasing thing. And the people-pleasing thing is wrapped up in you feeling good because you have attached pleasing other people or not disappointing other people with your value. The problem there is when you attach your value to not disappointing somebody, then inevitably when you disappoint somebody, your value is then lessened. And that is not true, because Jennifer, your value is set and your worth is innate. And it doesn't serve anybody for you to pretend that you're doing these things for other people. Because really, subconsciously, you're doing them to protect your own value. Do you see what I'm saying in here?
Mm-hmm.
So what is coming up for you right now?
Well, I know that that my value, has been given to me, and I believe personally it's been given to me by God. And when I choose to live in being who He has created me to be, then when I do these things that are giving and wanting to help people, when I give from that point, then it is fulfilling. It's when I get into my own head and get into worrying about what other people think, that's when I get myself in trouble.
Exactly. I'm not drawing a line saying, don't please anybody. I am saying, don't do it to support or validate yourself. Validate yourself internally first. Then, if it works, do something for somebody else. But recognize that the majority of the things that you're doing to please your parents, to please your children, to please other people on your team, you're doing it to protect your own value. And I'm saying that I want you to explore the idea that that doesn't need to be attached. How is this impacting and influencing your business?
I would say for a long time, I was just so busy trying to help people and making sure that they were doing, especially the business right, that I was over helping and not empowering them, because I was just trying to help them so much. Instead of giving them all the skills they needed, I was doing it for them instead of showing them how to do it.
Exactly. Dude, exactly. And then, how many people do you have on your team?
I probably have about 35.
35. Okay. So what if you had 100 people and you operated with this same mindset, the same foundation of, I need to please everybody? You feel the pressure of that. This is why I'm going to say this, guys. This is something I learned from one of my mentors. He's a storyteller named Clay. He's brilliant. He said this: you cannot be Jesus. Jesus came to save everybody. He came to handle everybody, take care of everybody. You can't be Jesus. You have to be Moses. Moses came to lead a specific group of people to a specific destination. And there are some people that didn't follow him. And he didn't make that mean something about himself. He didn't try to fix everything. He just took this group of people and took them here. So you got to figure out which group of people you're taking and not make it mean something about you if they don't come. Marge says that your husband tells me that all the time. Well, he's so smart. This is the thing, guys. Like, when you try to be everything to everybody and do everything for everyone, you end up burning yourself out, resenting them, and not feeling fulfilled yourself. So Jennifer, what do you know you need to shift in your interactions with your team?
Oh, well, like I said, just setting them up for success instead of doing it for them. Like, so,
if you set them up and tell them what to do and then they don't do it, what happens then?
Then I have to say I have given them what to do and they chose not to. That's on them, not me.
Breathe it in. That is it right there. You can't make it mean something about you, because inevitably, how about this? Cassie, have you ever had one of your level ones quit?
Oh, yes. Multiple. Many.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Still hit diamond. Thank you, Jenna, for being willing to go there with that. That was honest and vulnerable, and I love that you're willing to talk about these things. Do you guys see how this has nothing to do with like the strategies in your IPA? Like that stuff is important, but if you believe that you have to like save everybody and like I have to get my daughter to this college or to have her choice of colleges or else I failed as a mom, or I have to get my team to do this, 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 and this, or I failed as a leader. In that moment, you're stuck. In that moment, you are creating a situation where it's only possible if you have the right steps. And your worth and your success and your value is dependent on some external validation. So the trick is to get into the sense of self and a sense of emotional maturity that you're developing as you like bring your worth to the process, bring your peace to the process. Matoka, I'm not. My guess is I'm not saying your name right, so pardon me about that. I just went for it. All right. So you say, "Oh my gosh, I got it right." Okay, you can't save everyone. That's tough for me. Why? Where are you at? Unmute yourself.
Hi there.
Hey there. Matoka, why is that tough for you?
That's exactly what I've been doing lately. This is
Okay.
exactly what I have been doing. And I don't like to call myself a control freak. My husband's looking at me right now. He's giving me the look.
That's adorable. So
Yeah.
let me ask you this.
Yeah. But that's sort of
Why?
been the direction that I've been heading in. So
Why do you feel that you're responsible for people's emotions?
just wanting so badly to see people succeed.
Because if they
And
didn't,
especially when they're friends, especially when you know them personally, they're not someone that you've met, on the internet randomly. They're actually people that people in your community. So, and you've seen them struggle and you just want to fix everything.
If they didn't succeed, what would that mean about you as a friend?
I mean, it doesn't make me a bad person. It just,
what does your fear tell you? I'm not going to rainbows and unicorns, but like, what does your fear tell you? If they don't succeed, what does that mean about you as a friend?
I would feel like I couldn't help them. I would feel like I failed as a leader, as their close friend.
Yeah. So it goes back to failure. So you've attached their success to your failure. And that is not fair to either of you. Now, I understand that as a leader in our team, we set the pace. We set the energy. We set the culture. However, if somebody chooses out, it doesn't necessarily mean that we've failed. It can mean that we have feedback about what we can do differently next time. But you cannot, it is so dangerous to attach it to your value as a friend, as a leader, as a person, as a wife. It's like, it's not useful. So what's coming up for you now, Matoka?
As far as goals?
No, right now. What are you getting in touch with? What do you
I'm here and I'm going to be available and I'll always be available, but I just, I can't make anything happen for anybody else.
Yeah.
And I just have to focus on, the tasks that I need to complete and just not try to micromanage everything, not try to over motivate.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for being willing to talk about that. This is a process.
you.
I just want you to stay tuned in, okay? I just want you to stay tuned in. Everybody, let's take a big breath. All 90 plus of us, just take a big breath in. So where do we go from here? Now, I understand the irony of me telling you to not focus on the steps and then offering a set of steps for you to get there. Like, I get that. But we got to start somewhere, guys, okay? So if you're open to it, I'd like to tell you about a program that I've created that can allow you the opportunity to step into stage 3. Can get to, it's inevitable for me now. Let's go find some steps. It's a program of mindset tools. Are you open to that? Can I tell you guys about that? Because if you are, then I would love to offer it to you. Alexis, yes. Okay. Then Diane, yes. Okay, perfect. Boom, 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 boom. Thank you so much, because I'm so excited about this. So this is something that I've developed called Mindset Jumpstart. Okay. It is a coaching program that is in May. I know it's May right now, but it is going to happen every Tuesday in May, the 7th and the 14th and the 21st and 28th. Just boom, 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 boom. It's a 4-week intensive mindset group coaching program. I'll tell you about the logistics of it. It happens every Tuesday evening. There's videos, there's trainings, and then there's worksheets. And then every Tuesday, there's going to be a live coaching call similar to this, where people can come on and coach with me. I'll work with you one-on-one in the group context so that you can get specific coaching, like I did with Matoka, with Jennifer. And if you've seen any of the other if you've seen any of the other trainings that I've done with any of the other diamonds, it's just like similar to that. Because everybody can have amazing breakthroughs from just asking themselves a couple of questions. And one of the coolest things is that you can have amazing breakthroughs by watching somebody else go through the process and get coached as well. Who here had a breakthrough by listening to me talk to Jennifer? Or maybe even just had like a little epiphany, be like, oh wow, I got something out of that, right? Like, that's the value of this, because you're able to look at a situation and hear the processing without the emotional attachment to it. And then if you want to, you can have an opportunity to talk with me in the group, and we can go through your specific thing, whether it's about business, whether it's about your mindset with your relationship, and whether it's with your personal health and fitness, or your emotional state, like all this stuff, because all of it relates to your business, like we've discussed so far, with your beliefs influencing your actions. And so here's the deal. Ask yourself this: what does my life look like 1 year from now if I don't change anything? Now, is the answer to that question, the answer to that question might be, that would be awesome, because my life is awesome. In which case, rad. I'm stoked for you. I love it. But if it's not, now if your life looks the exact same, Christina says, my life looks the exact same. So what does it look like? Like, specifically, like, what are you doing? How much money you're making? Like, if nothing changes, is it going to be the same? Or might it go a little bit down? Like, just what is it for you? If you're, stressful and heartache, Christina says, my guess is that you're not interested in maintaining that. Radical change requires radical change, guys. And freedom is on the other side of pain. You got to go through fear. You got to go through pain to be able to come out the other side. Freedom, peace, joy, like, that's just part of it. Now, if your life, if you're totally fine with where it's at, I'm stoked for you. Nobody's broken. Nobody needs this. But I've created something for you to be able to intentionally approach this. And so I'll talk to you a little bit about it. What we do is we go through 4 weeks of these trainings. First week is going to focus on a framework that I've created. A framework that I've created is a way for you to get the results that you want, because it's easy to say, oh, mindset, work on your mindset. Okay, so how? What do we do with that? Well, this is the framework. You start with your focus, the things that you're focusing on, your physiology, and your language. And that is what determines your state. Your state is what decides which emotions you're going to feel, which thoughts you're going to think, which beliefs you're going to adopt, which actions you're going to take, and which results you're going to have. So that's how it goes, like this. SETBAR, set the bar. State, emotions, thoughts, beliefs, actions, results. There's a whole framework and there's a whole training on it so that you can have a clear, structured way to approach your mindset. Would that be helpful for you if you had a way to organize these things? Now, from there, we go to, I look over here because I got it written down, emotional scale. There's something called the emotional scale, which is you being clear about what emotions you're experiencing, to go from fear and powerlessness up to joy and passion and everything in between, the anger, the blame, the indecision, the optimism, the impatience, the contentment, like all of these different emotions. There's a way to be intentional about moving up the scale. And we go to accountability. Oh my gosh, accountability is the number one thing in your business and in your life. We don't lead with it because there's a couple things you got to do to precursor to really get the foundation for that. But when you take accountability for how you have contributed to every single situation in your life and every single result, or what you've made something mean, or the reaction that you've had to it, then you can take control. Who here wants control in their life? Now, control is not a bad thing. People say, oh, I'm a control freak. No, what you're doing is you're deciding that if you don't have control of something else, then that means something about you. That's what a control freak is. But somebody who just takes control of their own life, stands in their own power, and then influences other people. And then if they choose to make a decision, if somebody else chooses to make a decision, it doesn't influence and impact your personal value. So from accountability, we go to identifying your limiting beliefs and creating a specific contract for yourself so that you can be able to understand why you're having these limiting beliefs, where they're coming from, how to shift them into an empowering set of beliefs, and create a contract with yourself to stay in alignment with that. So for here, we got Cassie, I'm taking control of my beliefs, actions, my results. Yes. Clear the chaos, Marge says. Ame, the clarity has been amazing. Ame, unmute yourself for a second. I want you to take 42 seconds and describe what coaching has done for you.
Just 42?
Yep, that's what you get.
All right. So it's been amazing because we know what to do, but having a structure that puts time aside every day that identifies these are where I have limiting beliefs, these are the things I need to work on, and being committed to that process. It's been kind of painful and refreshing and exciting. And more than anything, I've walked through my day feeling like I know where to focus that brilliant, constant thinking. And I have verbiage for my mind that allows me to love people where they are, but not feel like they're controlling my destiny. And it's just made all the difference. But I will say, I watched Preston last fall and I was like, nah. And then I was like, no, girl, you need some Preston. I was like, oh, he don't know. But I was at that place where I was ready in January, and it has been a game changer. I no longer rely on my spouse or my sidelines to listen and help me process. He's giving me specific things, and it's just been a game changer.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ame. Appreciate that. I love that you threw that in there. You're like, oh, Preston doesn't know. Maybe I don't, guys. I don't know. I don't claim to have all the answers, but I do have a really amazing program I've created for you to be able to get the answers. There is somebody who's not muted.
Yesterday,
Let's go ahead. Cassie, go ahead, handle that there. So cool. So this is what it is. It's videos, worksheets, and then every Tuesday there is a 2-hour coaching call. So where we can do stuff like this, like I was talking to Jennifer, like I was talking to Makota, and we bring you on, and 2 hours, we just do coaching on the subject that we just dealt with. Like I said, going through the framework, and then being able to go up the emotional scale, the accountability, and then identifying limiting beliefs. And you get to work with me in that group context. Now, this is something that I am so excited about this. It is huge, and it's going to fill up. So I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to put this in the chat. This is the website, PrestonPugmire.com/mindset-jump-start. Boom. It's 4 weeks in May so that you can get really, really clear on preparing yourself for convention. This is a jumpstart to go to convention. Now, this is a $200 investment for you. Now, the reason I say that is because I am really clear on the fact that it is investment in yourself. Now, for you, how about this? If the only thing that it did for you was get you clear on how to process and manage your own emotions as it relates to your family and your team, would that be worth it to you? If the only thing that it did for you was to be able to have the courage to be able to step into your power and get you to stage 3 of inevitability, would that be worth it to you? If the only thing that it did for you was allow you to sign up 3 or 4 more ambassadors because you stopped holding yourself back from following up with them because you decided that your beliefs got to be shifted and it changed your actions. You sign up 3 or 4 more ambassadors and then it yields, boom, 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 boom. Would that be worth it to you? Think about what your life is like, and it's awesome. This is for people whose lives are working and they just want to take it to the next level. So right now, you are, Kelly's already signed up. Love, love, love it. Cassie, you're you're in. So this is the thing, guys. Right now, you are in one of 3 categories. You are either a yes. You felt the pull. You felt your intuition saying, this is something I deserve, and I'm ready to invest in myself. And if you're a yes, go sign up. I spelled mindset wrong. Okay, PrestonPugmire.com/mindset-jump-start. Thank you very much, Makota. See if that one works. Let me know, Makota, if that one works. You are in one of 3 categories. You are in yes, in which case go to the second link that I put in there, the one that is spelled correctly, and go ahead and sign up. Do it right now. This is going to fill up. And I have a couple more coaching or training calls to do with people. So go ahead, do it, make it happen, follow your intuition. You are in the second category. You are a no, in which case, don't do it. I don't want you to do anything that's not within alignment with your intuition. If it's a no for you, then don't do it, because you won't get results out of the program anyway if you're in that energy. So great. So don't do anything that's not in alignment with your intuition. The third category is you are a yes, but. You're a yes, this is great. I know I deserve this. I know I want this. This is going to be great, but, and then it's different for everybody. You're going to have but I don't have any money, but I don't know if my husband's going to support this, but I don't know if it's going to work for me, but I don't know if I'm going to have time. Okay. So if you're a yes, but, then I want you to ask yourself this question. In what other areas of my life is that excuse, the thing that comes after but? What other areas of my life is that holding me back from accomplishing the things that I want? Because my guess is that if you're allowing it to stop you here, then you are allowing it to stop you in other areas. And how much longer are you going to tolerate that excuse? Alexis, I hate you already, Preston. That is a bummer because I'm a nice guy. So check this out. I want you to achieve your goals. And if you are allowing excuses to prevent you from doing it, then this is going to just highlight those excuses. It's going to bring them to the surface. And so you get what you argue for. Like, are you going to say, no, listen, the reason I can't do it is XYZ. Okay, cool. Here you go. Here's your limitations. Because if you're a yes, but, then stop letting those excuses control your outcomes. I don't want you to continue to not get what you want in life because you're still buying into your old limitations. So ask yourself that question. Now, I want to talk to somebody, actually. I'm really interested. I want to talk to somebody who is a yes, but, because I really actually love these conversations because I love working with people about stuff that they're going through and stuff that they're processing, because it is a real thought for you. It is a real emotion for you. It is a reality for you because you've created it and you think you're observing it, but you're creating it. Cindy. Christina, yes, but I don't. Maybe you hit the enter button a little earlier. If that's what I don't understand exactly what that means, but let's bring, oh, there you go. I don't have the finances. Okay, cool. That would have been a funny excuse. I'm a yes, but I don't. Okay. Just joking around with you. Okay, let's do Cindy and Christina. Okay. Cindy, unmute yourself. Is it okay, Cassie? We're still good. We're going. Okay. Cindy, you got to unmute yourself because I'm not sure where you're at. And if you're not in a place where you can talk, then that's fine. But I'll wait for you for a second. Christina, get ready to go on because you're next. Unless I hear Cindy start talking. Okay, go ahead, Christina, and unmute. Oh,
sorry.
No
I couldn't unmute myself.
Got it. Okay, Cindy, what's going on?
I've been through so much in the last month of April alone, just with being in an accident, being in a bad relationship, which I'm not completely done with yet, and living on social assistance. Like, I just don't have the money.
Okay.
Not that I don't want it.
I don't wanna dismiss or downplay the things that you're going through. I'm serious. I'm so sorry for you that you're in a bad relationship. I don't know all the specifics of it, but I do know that if you are in a relationship that you don't want to be in or don't deserve to be in, then shift your thoughts to focusing on the ways that you can take accountability and change your own situation.
It's not that I don't want to be in the relationship, it's that I want him to open himself to changing his own mindset as well.
I get that. You cannot save him. You cannot control him, and you cannot wait for him to change.
Yeah.
So you get to decide how long you're going to wait. I'm not saying to immediately just leave. I'm just saying decide what you're willing to choose, and then be okay with that choice. Don't resent it. Don't resent him. Don't judge or blame him, because if you choose to be in it.
Like I was in a transition house. I actually have recently moved into a home with my parents where I have my own unit. So I've taken the steps to be better for myself. because I have
Awesome.
a 5-year-old son that I need to take care of as well, right? So
Awesome. I love that you're taking steps. My challenge to you is to write down a list of 10 things that you can do. They might be physical actions, they might be mindset shifts and thought pattern processes that you're changing. Things that you can do or stop doing to change your situation. I just want you to write down 10 things that you can do. Go
like right
over
now.
that list. No, just in the next 48 hours. That's just my challenge to you. Because maybe this isn't the right time. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe this is the thing that's going to kick you into gear and be the catalyst for a huge change. I don't know. But you deserve to shift into a creation mindset. So that's why I'm having you write down a list of 10 things that you can do or stop doing to change the situation. Yeah. Because there's a lot of things you can't control. But there's a lot of things you
Well,
can.
someone else's brain is definitely one of the first things you should never try, right?
Exactly. So stop waiting for him to change and do it yourself. And that's going to feel frustrating to your brain and to your ego because you're going to be like, why do I have to change myself? It should be him that change. And that's just one of the things about accountability that you just get to be there. Okay.
And that's why I moved away, because I know I need to work on me, and that's my mindset.
Good. I'm proud of you for doing that. And I want you to take the next step as well. Okay. Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you, Preston.
Yeah. Christina, if you are still on, then go ahead and unmute.
I'm here.
Okay. I'm gonna. Okay, you are video. Okay, Christina, tell me what is coming up for you. Yes, but I don't have finance. Okay. So
Well, I actually just looked at my Plexus wallet and I have $193 in there. And I'm like, do I spend it on my product or do I spend it on mindset coaching?
Okay, so this is the thing. I'm going to challenge you specifically to stop thinking that it's an either or. I either spend it on this mindset thing or I spend it on the product. Okay. Now, right now, your brain is going to explode and be like, how do I buy two things with the same dollar? And this is what I want to tell you. Focus on what you have rather than what you don't have, because there is a chance, see if this resonates with you, there's a chance that you saw $193 and you're like, oh, I don't have $7 to buy this program. Is that possible? Is that what happened for you?
Well, because I'm Canadian, so I'm guessing it's in American, so it's a little more than $7.
Okay.
So yeah, that's kind of the thing.
But is that what happened?
Yes.
Okay. So yes, Canadian, US dollars, what else? The principle is the same. If you see 193 and then if you focus on the 7 that you don't have versus the 193 that you do, then you will start to see evidence of all the things that you don't have, all the ways that you fall short. How many other areas of your life do you feel that you fall short in?
Lots.
Do you spend at least 51% of your time focusing on those shortcomings?
Yes.
Okay. This is where I want to challenge you to start. It's with your focus. There is it's very, very simple. You just say, I'm going to focus at least 51% of the time, my thoughts, my emotions, my energy on the things that I do have. Oh my gosh, $193? That is amazing. I only have to make 7 more US dollars, whatever. I'm not going to do the conversion rates, but this is a principle. Okay. It's not about the money. It's about the principle. You're like, dude, I only have to make $170 or I only have to make $7 more. Like, that's amazing because you can do that. You totally can. This is my challenge to you. When you do this focus, I want you to, and then this is going to stretch you. I want you to come up with $200 more in the next week. $200 more that you didn't think that you were going to be able to make, or that you weren't planning on making. Because you're going to write down 10 ways that you can ethically make $200 US, so 270 Canadian, ethically make $270 in the next week. Okay. You can do it.
I can do it.
Yeah, you totally can.
I can do it. Mindset over matter, right?
Yeah, mindset before strategy. Because if you say, oh, I can do it, it's inevitable for me. Now let's go find the steps. Now, 10 steps. Boom, 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 boom. I can sell this. I can follow up with those 3 people that messaged me in April and enroll them in my team. Or I can, like I think I already said, sell that thing. I can talk to this person about that. I can I don't know how else you make money, but there are ways. It's just $270, man. Like, if you decide that that's a lot.
I'm definitely doing it. This is the second video of yours I've watched you do that I'm like bawling on my end. And I'm like, I need it. Like, I need the mindset change to further advance being what I want, the things I want. I want to be diamond, so I have to work for it.
You got it. Yeah. Yes, you do. You get to shift the way that you're thinking, because this is the thing. And I challenge people to do this all the time. I challenge people to make money. And I say this, and I really mean this. If you make $270 in the next week, and then you choose not to invest in yourself in this program, that's fine. But what did you gain? You gained the knowledge and the assurity that you can just create money. And then it changes the way that you think about money. So you're focusing on what you can create rather than what you don't have. And now you're no longer a victim to your circumstance. You're a conscious creator of your reality. And all of this you got for $270. And you and I'm like, in this scenario, you didn't even invest in the program. You just proved to yourself that you could do it. Because it is so valuable to make a commitment and then follow through on it. And I know that you can. And so that's my challenge to you, is to make $270 in the next week, being very intentional about it. And then whatever you want to do. This is the analogy that I used. Somebody in the previous call gave me a little bit of grief for it, but you can invest in Mindset Jumpstart in May, or you can buy 80 packs of Oreos. It's up to you. I don't care. I mean, I do care. I would love for you to be in the program because I think that you and your energy would be really, really valuable. But what's coming up for you right now? What are you getting in touch with right now?
Changing my mindset and being like, no, I can make $270 and I can do this and I can do the program and further advance myself in more than just $270. Money's money. It's going to come and go. It's going to be spent on something I don't need, or it's going to be something that's spent on something that's going to advance my whole life and my children's life. Because if my mind changes, so does theirs.
Dude.
And it's as a mom of 8, I kind of need to change some minds.
You have 8 children?
8 children.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. What an awesome message to send to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and my message to them is always like, mom has to put herself first sometimes. So this is something I might have to be like, nope, I have to put myself first, and then go.
So it's $270, and then you make another $270 the next week, and then another $270, and then $500 the next week, and then it's just like boom, 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 and then you're on fire. I love that, Christina. I'm really, really excited for you. Okay.
Thank
good.
you so much for your time.
Of course. Do you have any other questions?
Not right now.
Cool. All right. Does anybody have any questions about the program logistically? It's Tuesday evenings. It's going to be the coaching calls are 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 Mountain, 6 Central, 7 Eastern for 2 hours long. Kelly, so the way that it works is there's a video, then there's a worksheet, and then a coaching call. So you watch the video, which is the training, then you do the worksheet, which is like the introspection for yourself, and then there's the coaching call. Now, you can do this at your own leisure, or you can be live on the coaching. You can't get coached if you don't show up, obviously. However, I will tell you this. Some of my biggest breakthroughs in my life came from buying a course, not showing up to any of the live coaching calls, downloading the audio of the recordings, putting them on my phone, and listening to those coaching call recordings like they were an audiobook or a podcast or something like that. I did the worksheets, I did the videos and modules and stuff, and then I listened to these coaching calls as though they were a podcast or an audiobook. And I got so much of there's going to be recordings of the videos and the audio so that you can put them on your phone or sit and watch me interact with the people. It's up to you. Is it recorded? I live in Australia, but I want to do it. Leslie, yes, it's recorded. The Zoom calls, if it doesn't work for you, oh my gosh, you're in Australia. What time is it there right now? It's 12 hours ahead. Are you in Sydney? I think Sydney's 12 hours ahead, so that's like 9 a.m. for you. Yes, they're recorded. And if it doesn't work for you to be live on the calls, then you can have the video or the recording in perpetuity. They will exist for you forever inside of you like log in to the this membership portal, and then you just have access to the videos and stuff like that. And so you're in Brisbane. Okay, cool. That's great. I visited Sydney last June, and I wasn't in Brisbane, but I loved my time in Sydney. That's really, really cool, Leslie. Welcome to the call on the. So cool. Does anybody else have? Let me make sure to see any of these questions. How long the videos? So some of the videos are 30 minutes. Some are 50 minutes. It's just like kind of about how long it takes to. Oh yeah, I don't want to overwhelm you and say here's 6 hours of stuff you got to do every week. I know you're busy. I know you have businesses. I know you have kids. But some of the principles are taught in, like 20, 30 minutes, and some take a little bit longer than that. All of the videos, the training videos, they come with audio, like you can download the audio so you can listen to it as you're running or driving or doing whatever. But so it's just like that. My goal is to make this content and the trainings and everything easy for you. But I will say this, if you don't do it, like if you pay for it and come in and then don't do the work, you will not have breakthroughs. You will not have success with it. You will not have progress in the mindset area. I guarantee it. Now, something does get unlocked. You unlock something when you invest in yourself. That does happen. But if you choose out of doing the worksheets or listening to the coaching calls, then you're obviously not going to get very much out of it. So I just want to put that expectation out there right now. But does anybody have any other questions, like logistical questions about the mechanics of it or the timing of it or anything like that? Cassie, I want to turn it back over to you. Thank you. I want to say I am honored that you would invite me in and trust me with talking to your group. And I'm so excited for you that you hit Diamond and everybody in here. Like, you have a really cool group of people. Like, and I've said this several times, that I mean this, like, there was something really, really cool about the energy of this group and the way that you were putting things into the chat, the things that I talked with each of you about as I brought you on. It's really cool, Cassie, what you have created. So thank you.
Well, the honor is ours. I am super humbled to have had just a little bit of your time. You are somebody that I've talked to Jennifer Leith a lot about, and I remember I was asking her, I was like, man, what does it look like to do one-on-one coaching? Because I am ready to like move my entire life to the next level. I'm tired of what I kept saying. I'm stuck. I'm just stuck in this place. And she introduced me to kind of what, you know, your whole mindset and about that over strategy, because I kept thinking like I was stuck because I wasn't doing the right things. And I am just so thankful that you're opening up this group, Mindset Jumpstart, because I feel like this is the shift that we so desperately need, as a team, as me, as a mama. And I'm excited to get into this and cannot wait to really change a lot of areas in my life in May. So thank you for really spending some time and working some things out and inspiring us tonight.
Of course. Thank you guys so very, very much. I know it's very, very late, and I honor your time, and I'm very grateful for your time. If you, the link is there in the chat, and I'm sure Cassie will have it posted in her page too, stuff like that. To go ahead and sign up for that. PrestonPugmire.com/mindset jumpstart. At the very least, hit me up on Instagram or Facebook if you have any other questions or anything like that. I'm very, very grateful. Basically, I love you. Please have a beautiful, beautiful evening. I'll see you guys later.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Dude, what's covering my mouth?